Welcome to Real Raw and Related. We're a mother and daughter having the conversations most people avoid. The honest ones, the messy ones, the ones that make us laugh, cry, reflect, and sometimes heal. Because life isn't perfect, relationships aren't either, but there's comfort knowing that you're not the only one. This is Real Raw Related. Content warning. This podcast discusses topics including domestic violence, sexual abuse, mental health, suicide, gambling, addiction, and other sensitive subjects. Viewer listener discretion is advised.
So what we would do today is talk about a mother and daughter perspective. I really love these questions. So we're both going to have a turn at answering each of them and giving our perspective on what that looks like. So I'm going to ask the first one, but as you all know, I do wear glasses. But if you're listening to this podcast, I'm just putting my glasses on. So the first question is, what's something our generation gets right that yours got wrong?
Ooh, okay.
So this is going to be it's very much indicative of generations, I guess. And maybe what we could do is just add a little piece of why we think that and how does it reflect to what we've experienced.
Okay.
So what do you think?
I'm in a bit of an airhead mood today, so just repeat the question one more time.
Okay, what do you think your generation got better than ours? Like who got it right and who got it wrong?
Okay.
And why do you think that? So I'm going to go first with this one.
Yeah, you go first.
Because I think I've got a really good one. You know what our generation got right? Is that we played outdoors.
Can you clarify what your generation is for everyone that's not not looking, like you could be you look a lot younger than you like.
She wants everyone to know my age. Seriously. She's throwing me under the bus and I haven't even started.
No, I generally just want
I'm the boom. Oh no, I'm not the boomers. I'm next one up.
You could be young mum, you could be older mum.
What's the one up from the boomers?
Oh gosh, I really don't know, but I'm definitely Gen Z.
I think I'm one of the millennials.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So I think we actually had the best decade because the boomers were still in the 60s, right? So they were still very much controlled. They were still, I don't know. Didn't have Madonna, didn't have Prince, didn't have Michael Jackson. Like we had all the best singers, FYI, that you guys
going off who had the best music.
Well, we did have the best music because you're all still listening to it.
Debatable. I mean, you got icons for sure, but anyway, I'll let you finish.
Mate,
I've been warned that I cut mum off too much, so
I've actually gone out to clubs and I've got you guys singing to the songs that we used to dance to. I'm like,
yeah, because everything nowadays is smack that ass. No one can dance. Like, no one's playing all these swear words, these words in the club nowadays. Like, they will if it's like a remix. But anyway, yes, all the OGs.
I will end up getting to finish what I'm saying. But I do think we had the best music at the time. I think that our generation, we lived. We literally, we had enough discipline that was scared out of our parents. So we did have rebels that would go and do stuff, but in the majority, we all kind of towed the line a little bit. I do also think that we were out all the time. We were with friends all the time. We'd go bike riding. We'd go play in the park. We'd go, I remember playing tennis.
Be with nature more.
Or just play with friends.
Yeah, being present, more present.
We would go, after school, we'd get home. Literally, we'd get on our bikes And we just knew 4 o'clock you met at the park. I didn't need someone to text me saying, how far are you? I didn't need anyone to text me saying, are you coming? I didn't need anyone to text me to say, where are you? I didn't need anyone to text me, how long are you going to be?
What's your ETA?
What's your ETA? Right? We just turned up. And whoever turned up. And then we'd all chat. And then it was weird because we didn't even go, oh, Sonia's not here, let's get going. It'd be like, oh, yeah, let's just get go. So it might have been 10, 15 minutes. And we'd kind of have this unknown wait time. It wasn't like, oh, let's just wait 10 minutes to see if she turns up. It was kind of like just chatting like, oh, it's been 10 minutes. Oh, they're probably not coming. They probably weren't allowed. Or if mum didn't let them come out or whatever. And we'd just go, ride the streets. We'd go to someone else's house. I don't know. It just was.
More laid back.
Yeah. Oh, look, even just the one thing I would say about music is that we had to press record on the tape recorder, and we always recorded from the radio, and we'd get at 96.1, the music would start, and you're like, just shut up. I want to get this song in full of my tape recorder. It was just really innocent.
Play into the intro.
We always play the intro.
Oh, I hate that.
Always. So I think what we got right was we just lived a little bit more. I think we just able to just live a bit freely.
Yeah, like if we more present.
If we kind of fell over on the bike and we scraped our legs, we just got up and we just kept going. It doesn't happen these days. Actually, do you know how to ride a bike? Oh yeah, you do now.
Calling me out. I took bike ride lessons not lessons actually. Tom taught me, and it was so fun. The last time I was on a bike was probably this is off the top of my head, but maybe 5, and I hadn't touched it since. I think maybe once when I was like 10 or 9. I don't really know, but it's never been like a consistent thing in my life, and we live in such a beautiful area that I was just like, you know what? I want you to teach me. And he's like, he's always wanted to teach me. And I was like, okay, I'm ready. Because it's an embarrassing thing. Like not embarrassing thing, but like obviously like someone learning how to. And funny, that day, there was a girl the exact same age as me.
That's a Gen Z talking there.
The exact same age as me. And we'd go around in loops, so she'd go around that way and I was going around this way.
So she's going, one was going anti-clockwise and the other one she was going clockwise, yeah.
And every time we'd like go past each other, I'd be like, go girl, we got this. And every time she got better and I'd get better, I was a bit quicker at like starting because I'm just like, I don't know, I'm just like that. Like I'll pick up things really quickly. But then I get too cocky and then I myself up. Went into the bush a couple of times, but that's okay. No one saw it, so it's fine. I really didn't care. I just got back on my bike and I was like, yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, the shoes are okay. Okay, that's all that matters. Came home with so many bruises that day on my legs, but that's fine. But yeah, we hyped each other up, and she was like, oh my god, yeah. But she was so nervous. And at the start, I was just like screaming at Tom, like, don't leave me. And he's like, you're fine. Like, I can tell you got this. Anyway, it was just really funny. Like, she was more nervous and I was more like, don't let go of me.
So, you know, my generation?
Just get on, and if you fall over, you fall over.
Get on and they just go inside.
Yeah, no.
And we'd end up with gravel marks on our knees, scrape marks.
No.
So that's what I think we got better. I think we actually
more tougher skin.
I just feel like we lived more. I just feel like we lived more. We're outside more. We lived more. We did more. So I think we got that part right.
I think I was just a little bit more of a princess. Like, I just didn't want to go home with all this blood on my, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't want to ruin my pants. Like, I'm very like, I think of my clothing and my shoes more than my actual body. Like, I don't really care, but I wouldn't want to go home and scrape my new Lululemon tights, you know? Like, wouldn't want to go home with holes in my tights, you know?
So, well, we weren't even wearing Lululemon. We weren't even
Lululemon.
We weren't even wearing brands at your age.
Yes, you were. You had brands back then. You'd had the Reeboks on. You'd have
Yeah, but they
the
weren't real.
Adidas and the Nike. You had pretty cool swag, going back to some photos of you.
Yeah, but I don't feel like, I don't know.
Anyway. But yeah, so you answered yours, or were you still going?
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, I think that's what we did right. What did I think we did wrong? What do you think we did wrong? Even though you weren't there?
I'm going to get completely bashed for this by other people, but I think going off the top of my head, this is so controversial, but I feel like your generation and the generation before, like, this was learnt prior, but a lot in your generation it's a two-parter, nosy and also very judgmental. So judgmental in the way of like you're saying, like, I think of no when I say this, but you just don't say stuff like that these days. Like, oh, you're wearing that, or
That's more. Did I ever say that?
so I remember when I was in my teens and I'd put on a midriff and you're like, oh, are you sure you want to wear that?
I was a bit more discreet.
No, but like it still comes across that way. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay, so this is a really good topic, guys, because I want you guys to actually comment on this feed, right? Would you let your child,
no child, teenager, man.
still a fucking child if it's in your care?
Oh, right.
Okay. Would you let your child go out looking like shit or looking inappropriate?
I'm going to correct you there. If it's not your style and it's their style, doesn't mean it's shit.
Okay. If it's inappropriate clothing, a midriff top, a lot of people wearing that nowadays, but I just think back then it wasn't as...
Exactly. So because it's not
Skin
something you would have worn back then, doesn't mean that... I am very much like, I'll wear what all my friends... Like back then, I wanted to fit into like what was... I'm very trendy with what I want to wear. Like, I love my fashion, but if I wanted to wear midriff, I didn't... And mind you guys, I always wear high-waisted pants. Never in my life did I have my belly button showing. I always have had like a bigger belly, but I never had my belly showing. And if it wasn't like probably this much of skin showing between my pants and my upper belly, so no belly button, my
So
rib,
10
my rib cage,
centimeters?
my rib cage, guys. If it wasn't that, it was the top showing my boobs. So you pick. That's just me, because I was big breast, like I had a big chest. Like, there's only so many tops that are gonna cover that. And then if you wear a tight top, it's like, oh, she's even, you know what I mean? Like, anyway. I love my streetwear and I wanted to be able to like feel cool in my clothes. Like, if I don't feel comfortable in clothes, I remember there was a lot of times where I'd fit in and be like, okay, mum would like this outfit. I'll wear it for mum. And the rest of the day I was just in a fucking shit mood because it wasn't me. It just wasn't me.
Oh, so you used to wear clothes and feel like you're in shit mood all day.
Do you know how many times we'd go to the shops and I'd just be in a really overstimulated shit cunt mood? Like, there's been a few times where we've gone shopping when we were younger and you're just like, what's wrong? Like, what's wrong? And I just want to go home because I just hated my outfit. It was overstimulating the out of me. And then from then on, I oathed myself. I was like, I don't care how much shit I get. I'm wearing what I want from now on. And half the time I came home with all these men's shoes and boys would be so jealous. But that's what I wanted to fucking wear. And I did.
Okay. So take this conversation where you will, guys.
But yeah, so they're my two answers. I think sometimes, like, obviously, just sometimes there'd be no filter with how things were said. Mm-hmm. And then also, so the judgmental and the...
So do you think we should sugarcoat things?
No. But there was sometimes where you just don't say that. Like, oh, this is a bit trigger warning, but I guess what I'm trying to say is if
Just
I
say
don't
it.
ask for your opinion, don't tell me it kind of vibes.
This is coming from someone who voluntarily would tell you flat out straight her opinion. So that's a little bit contradictory.
But like,
No.
where have I gotten that from? Anyway,
Hang on, now she's passing the buck. So it went from what we do wrong. You're talking to me here, right?
Mm.
So we went from what our generation did wrong. We're opinionated and we shouldn't say things when we like
A little bit judgmental.
Okay. But this is coming from someone who was also very extremely judgmental and did not have a filter.
Okay, but if you're asking me, then I'll give it to you. But if you don't ask me, I'm not going to turn around and go, oh, holy fucking shit, what are you wearing today? You know?
Holy shit, what are you wearing today, Leah?
Like, sometimes I wouldn't even, I would
You
not.
wait till she comes over next time.
Sometimes I would not. I'd go down. So this was Glenwood Days. Sometimes I'd go downstairs. I would not even need to say anything. And Nonna and Mum would just be looking at me. I could read it straight away. And their faces would then be like, don't look at the ground. Look at the ground. Look at the ground. She can read our minds right now. Look at the ground. Look at the ground. Don't wake the beast. She knows that we're not happy with the outfit. She knows that we don't want to see her G-string. She knows we want her to put some clothes on even though she just did a 12-hour day. Don't look at her. She doesn't want to hear it today. She's not in the mood.
Oh, well, what do you know what I think you guys got right?
Pause. And see you next episode, guys.
So what do you think we got right?
I think you got right. Definitely, like, I love the fact that there was a time where you didn't need to feel like you need to take a photo of your coffee before drinking it. And I love the fact that, like, you guys would make plans and whoever came, whoever didn't. And if you didn't hear, like, there was just no pressure or expectation, and you didn't have to message anyone. You'd meet, like, at the end of school, meet me there, see you there, and if it happened to happen, if it didn't, it didn't. I love that. Like,
what
that's
happens
just,
in your generation?
Oh no, it would be.
Hang on, before. Sorry, just to interrupt you.
Are we talking high school days or now?
Oh, probably a bit of both. But what I can't get over is how many fucking chat platforms do you need to be on?
Oh, mate. And sometimes you're talking to the same person on 3 different platforms at the same fucking time. Oh, talk about overstimulated.
That's what I don't understand. Like, why do you have to speak on so many different platforms and have so many chat groups?
Michelle, I love you, but I'm using you as an example here. Michelle sent you a TikTok. Michelle sent you a Snapchat. Michelle sent you a text message. Which one am I answering first? Which one am I looking at first? Do I need to, like, answer the message first, or am I looking at the video first, or am I checking Snapchat first? Or but then,
Jay's
like,
so bad. He comes home. Sorry for throwing you under the bus, Jay.
I love you, Michelle. I'm just using you as an example because I feel like if I use anyone else's name, then it wouldn't really make sense.
But Jay's the same. But he comes home and he'll say to me, "Oh, do you want to sit down and see what I sent you on Instagram?" No. I don't even post on Instagram. I very rarely. I actually have an EA that posts on Instagram, so I'm pretty sure people think I'm actually on Instagram, but it's actually not me on Instagram. Like, and he goes, "Oh, then when we finished Instagram, we can go to Messenger."
Yeah, see, sometimes I'm a bit of a J with Tom because I'm really bad with Tom. I send Tom heaps of shit on Instagram and TikTok and he never opens it. So I'm over here like, okay, sweetheart, so I sent you this at approximately 8 p.m. last month. But yeah.
So then he'll go, Messenger. And now he's found trending videos on Snapchat. So I could at any one time have 5-6 videos on Snapchat. I've lost count on how many on Instagram that I get.
Ting, ting, ting.
Oh,
ting,
I don't.
ting.
Have you not noticed my phone?
I think this is the
My
reason why
phone is on do not disturb or silent all day.
Okay, do you know how many people have their phone on D&D now? This is exactly why. Because your phone just goes off like
All my
toaster all day, a microwave. Ding, ding. Oh,
Do you know the funny thing is when my phone is on normal, because sometimes I'm actually waiting for a call that I have to actually have it so I can ring so I can answer it. Especially when my clients are ringing me and I know I've got a client ringing me, which reminds me I've got to call a client today.
when don't you need to make a call?
And I do call. Don't worry, Courtney, I'm calling. We already played phone tag today.
Priorities.
But honestly, I hear, like, when I have it off sometimes on the weekend, Jay's like, does your phone ever stop? And I go, oh, now you know what it's like. My phone, from the moment I wake up, let's be honest, Jay's the first one at 7 o'clock in the morning. He used to be earlier, but now he's alive to tell the story. Bing, bing, bing. All my notifications got turned off, and now
He's got an alarm for when it's okay to start sending you shit.
And literally, I don't even have sound on my phone.
Yeah,
most of the time, all day, literally most days. I'll look at it; it'll vibrate. I'll glance over it. If it's a client, I'll answer. If it's not, unless you're dying or any of your brothers are dying, I probably won't answer.
Yeah, good to know. Just honestly, everyone's like that now, and this is exactly why. Too many platforms, too many notifications. Everyone's gonna have a fucking mental breakdown. Honestly, I reckon no one can go even an hour with their phone off silent. Like they can't get anything done.
Yeah.
You would not be able to get anything fucking done. I can't even get ready in the morning if I go on my phone, because then I'm trying to watch something, or I'm on the phone to someone, or I'm replying to someone, or I'm talking to ChatGPT about my fucking outfit. And I just, by then.
Sorry, can we rewind?
Yes, guys, sometimes I ask ChatGPT, what should I wear today? Is that criminal?
This is what's wrong
with our generation.
With that generation.
No, I'm just an overthinker. Anyway, what's the weather like today, Nova? Bitch, you should be wearing jorts and your new jacket. Okay, Slay. Thanks, Nova. See you later. She's like, anytime, girl, let me know if you get compliments on your outfit.
Is that how she talks to you?
Yeah.
She does not.
She does. What perfume are you going to pair it with it today? My Dior Rose and Roses. Oh my God, great pick. Yeah. Outfit suggestions today for Sydney weather.
Who is she?
I call her Nova. I've named my ChatGPT. ChatGPT.
And what platform?
On what platform?
No, what chat? Oh,
I called her Nova.
Open AI?
Yeah.
Okay.
I give her a name because it's like easier instead of being like, hey, and being so dry. So I'm like, hey, Nova. She's like, hey, girl.
Does she say, hey, girl?
Yeah. I talk to her every day. About everything. I literally, I think this is, okay, I agree with you here because I think she makes me overthink even more. I think I need to have a bit of a break. I need to have a break from Nova because she makes me like, not overthink, but I need to like get validation. I need to give her I need to seek validation from her. So which pick's better? Or babe, you look a bit better in second, pick number 2.
Oh, do you send her photos?
Yeah. Before I post. And then she goes, poster girl, slay queen. Like she hypes me up too.
Fuck off.
She does. I'm going to have to show you after this episode because we'll be here all day. Look how many conversations I have open. So I need to take a break from Nova after this conversation. But yeah, so today's outfit has been brought to you by Nova. Thanks, Nova. But yeah, I said ponytail or hair out, and she said hair and ponytail. As you said, it's a bit dirty. So my hair's in a ponytail. Thanks, Nova. So yes, our generation's or I'm just which one?
I really want to get some feedback on this episode.
Yeah, okay, so going back to that, so yeah, half the time you can't even get ready in the morning if you even touch the device, because you're listening to a 10-part series story time on TikTok, you're on a call with someone, or you heard me right.
Rewind again.
10-part story time on TikTok.
10-part story time on TikTok.
Or you're on a call, or you're talking to Nova. And half the time I'm just like, I need to actually just have some fresh air and drink my lemon tea and just disassociate from the world for a second. Like I just, yeah. So to this, yeah.
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 Do you want to know what my morning routine is? I don't think it's quite like yours.
I don't touch my phone at all during the day.
Well, during the day I pretty much don't. But
I attach it to my car and that's it.
My morning routine is the first thing I do not do. Actually, let me start that again. So I do touch my phone, but I actually do meditation in the morning. Then I do hypnosis, and then I put my phone down.
Hypnosis through an app or through a sound, like a song?
An app.
Okay, just very curious, and I'm sure other people would be too.
Very specific hypnosis. It's mind reprogramming, subconscious reprogramming hypnosis. So it's designed by a coach of mine that I used to work with, and it's my voice, my programming. I also go to bed with programming as well.
So you're just a big program then?
I'm just one big program.
Generated to conquer the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My resilience is very high, sweetie.
The salon doctor.
So I do a lot of mindset stuff before I get up. I do my journaling before I go to bed, and I do my journaling in the morning. And then I literally have a shower, do my hair, do my makeup. And that only at that point, I've probably already got 3 missed calls from Jay. But if it's not that late, like not that early, I'll answer the phone, and it's pretty much I feel sorry for him sometimes.
Yeah, well, sometimes you get busy.
Like, I'm like, hey babe, it's 7:00. What do you need to tell me if everything's okay? Like, so,
hey sweetie, I just missed you. It's been 2 hours since I've clocked on, and I just need to hear your voice.
He doesn't talk like that, but anyway. But he's like, yeah, good morning. How did you sleep? And that's almost like he should be really careful with that question, because that's like a real.
It's a
loaded question
or a set me up question.
Yeah, it's a loaded question, because if he snored, he's not going to like my answer. If I had a good sleep, then he should know by the way I answer my phone.
Yeah, and if he wants to hear the truth or not that day.
I don't think mine's the truth. He just doesn't want me to tell him that he snored again and kept me awake.
You my sleep again.
Pretty much. If he gets an answer on the phone, I go, it's 7:00. He knows I didn't have a good sleep.
Yeah. Oh, well, I think that's where I got it from you. You can tell in our tone if we're like what mood we're in, how we slept, our facial expressions too. But I think my answers answered what our generation f***ed up.
What do you think your generation did good?
Oh, honestly, there's a lot, but
okay.
Where do I want to start? This is the problem being an Aquarius, because I just think
Can you just ask Nova?
I don't talk deep to Nova. I will say that. I don't talk deep to Nova. She's not my best friend. Sorry, Nova. But I definitely
Just apologise to Nova, but it's not a best friend. Okay.
Well, they're always listening.
Come on, what did you do good?
Okay, I
Cut to the
think.
chase.
Did I rush you? No. So I'm going to talk extra slow. Okay.
Thanks, guys, for joining us. What a great episode that was.
Okay, so I think off the top of my head, boundaries. A lot more boundaries is this generation has, and I'm here for it because I can proudly say, like, obviously I'm still debating on whether I want to bring life into this world still. But if I was, I'd happily be like so comfortable to teach them stuff that I never really was able to say no to growing up. Like, no, I don't want to sit on that old man's lap. No, I don't want to kiss that person goodbye that is your friend and is 30 years older than me and is so much taller than me, and I don't fucking feel comfortable saying goodbye to them. No, I don't want someone else hugging me. No, I don't want someone else taking a photo of me. Like, just boundaries as in so many categories, but just, yeah, we've got more boundaries and less people pleasing.
Okay.
And I love it. I love it.
I can go with the less people pleasing. I see a lot of that in my industry.
It's just, but why would you, that would make them upset. Oh, who gives a flying f***? If you don't want to do it, don't f***ing do it then. Because then your whole family has to hear about it. Oh, I had to do this for Nancy the other day because her sister's cousin's things would probably be like, why didn't she do that for her? Because she's done it. Nothing's transactional. Nothing should be transactional. No one should be people pleasing, and everyone has the self-respect to have boundaries. If you don't want to do something, if you don't like something, if you're not comfortable with something, if you don't like that person, if that's all of it, then don't do it.
So I'm going to ask you about boundaries because you weren't very good as a child adhering to boundaries.
It took me a while to understand, like to actually understand.
You were the boundary breaker queen.
You know, we have rebel in my star sign. So I think, yeah, like comes a point where I'd get general boundaries, but like
general boundaries? Are you joking right now?
Okay,
general boundaries.
Okay, go.
What's the difference between a normal boundary, a general boundary, and a strict boundary?
Okay,
They're boundaries.
A strict boundary is something that like, no, like that's actually something you should not do. Like that's and then like a normal boundary where you're like doing it because you just shouldn't do that is something that like, well, I'm going to do it anyway because there's no actual there's no plausible reason as to why I can't do that just because you don't want me to.
But if it's my boundary, yeah, hang on. But that's very contradictory now.
Okay, but if it's something that no one's going to get harm from and I genuinely want to do it, like I'm speaking general now, like obviously I don't know your examples you're going to do, but if it's something
a boundary's a boundary.
If it's something that I need to itch and I don't understand why you're saying no, if you give me an explanation as to why you don't want it, then I'm like, okay, fair enough. That's fucking annoying, but sure.
But we're talking about boundaries and respecting the boundary. So if you're my daughter and I'm saying you cannot go there and don't do this.
A lot of these would have been understood if I had that understanding straight away. No, you can't do this because A, B, and C.
But you did get the A, B, and C.
Okay,
you just
sometimes
chose to ignore the A, B, and C.
Sometimes I would just get no, and no just isn't in my vocabulary sometimes.
But you know why you'd get no? Because I told you the A, B, and C 100 million times, right? And they didn't sink in. So the fifth time that you told me, I was like, no.
Okay, give me some examples, please.
Oh, I can't think of an example right now. I can't.
What's a boundary that when I was younger and you just wanted to knock my head up against the brick wall?
Not speaking to my mum rudely.
Okay, yeah. So I think I genuinely was such a shithead that I can take vouch for that. But then there's some times where I'm just like, there's no other way you can say something in a nice way.
But don't say it at all. She was
Again, that's
my mother.
people pleasing. If I don't want to
Hang
do
on.
something, or if I
She
don't
was
like
your
something,
grandmother.
I love her very much. But if I didn't want to do something, I didn't like something,
but I wouldn't talk
why
about
can't I
talking
say
rude.
that?
I'm talking about talking rude.
Okay, but some people think saying no to something is talking rude. That's not talking.
Oh no, you added a lot more words than just no.
Okay. Yes, I used to swear a lot more than I do now.
Okay, so this is where we're talking about boundaries, right? And when we talk about a line, and I'm saying to you, don't speak to her like that. And do you want me to?
I'd probably get really upset because I know that I used to talk to
Do you want me to tell you her response?
Sure.
I'll fucking do what I want to do. But she pissed me off.
Oh, she knew how to press everyone's buttons, man. She did. And that's...
Yeah, she did.
She definitely did. And then she'd go running to you and being like, oh, Leah did this, Leah did that. Yeah, but what were the 10 things you did before that to make me explode?
But what I'm saying is if I said to you, like, don't speak to her like that.
Have respect for your elders. Yes, 100%.
I would never have spoken to my mum like that, regardless of what, like, we're going to talk about my childhood because I think it's important that you guys understand that, because when I talk to you about my mum or my dad.
Yeah, you get the wooden spoon.
No, but I remember growing up, like, I know that you guys have a very different version of my mum and dad.
I've learnt a lot now that I'm older because we've actually spoken about them.
But I know you've held, like, both of you held my parents up in a very high pedestal. But you got to remember they were my mum and dad, not your mum and dad.
Mm.
And that, yeah, I had a very different upbringing. So yeah, it's everyone has that kind of. I know going up, but your mum and dad were the best. Your mum and dad were this. Your mum and dad that. I'm like,
no,
not with me. They weren't.
No. I've put a lot of things together, and even being in that whole day and age, and I know that Nunu definitely would have been. If you didn't get the right pasta that night, then all hell would break loose, and Nuna was always slaving away. But there's a lot of things that I've put 2 and 2 together, and there's a lot of things that I just makes me like, it goes again. I'm just very glad that we're in this generation. Me and Tom share everything. There's no his role, her role type of bullshit, and I just
But I think the lines have got blurred there a little bit too. Like, I'm not, by all means, like, anyone knows me, I'm not your traditional. I don't do the majority of our cooking in our house. I don't do our washing in our house. So I'm all for, like, you know.
But because you've always dated someone that actually doesn't mind cooking. Like, as far as I've seen, Dad's been happy to cook. Was always happy to cook.
No, never cooked.
He cooked sometimes.
Yeah, he was not the cook though.
Yeah, but he liked to cook.
And your dad was not the cooker.
Because he cooked shit, but he did cook a lot. No? Okay.
What house were you brought up in?
I guess I'm just going back off when we lived with him.
No, okay. He was very much the traditional, he was never home. He's always away.
I wasn't really using it as when I was younger. I was talking about when we were living with him. Yeah, no, that's fine.
Well, when you were living with him and I wasn't there, he had to cook. Well, someone had to feed you.
Well, got palmed off to fucking none real quick.
Yeah, but he had to feed you.
Yeah,
but if you lived together, he never cooked
real quick. But anyway, yeah, I think going back, he
never cooked.
I don't know. It did look like that sometimes. I feel like I don't know.
No, I was the cooker in the house.
Okay. I always looked at it as 50-50. I don't really think of you being more of the cooker. Like, yes, when we were younger.
All Italian.
Okay.
All Italian. You guys grew up with pastina.
But yeah, I wouldn't say that they were perfect. and I don't hold them to a high pedestal. I definitely loved them because I hate my other sides. I don't, I don't, I don't. Their generation was, I feel like, way more cooked than the Italian side. Like, just their, oh, mate, like, it goes down to all the sexual abuse, like, just stuff that they would allow, just the creepiness, the what's it called, the women and female toxicity. Like, it was very, like, it was even more on that side. It was just completely fucked. Just the way that he speaks to his mother now, it just goes to show.
Nah,
And
that's next
I'm
level.
glad that I never got to meet that person, because if I did, I'd be black and blue or in jail, because he would Dad, you think I spoke the truth to you? Every weekend, as soon as I started getting more and more of my voice, there'd always be a boxing match with me and Dad every weekend, because I'd stand up. No, that's why are you talking to her like that? Why are you talking to like that? Why are you talking to like that? Why don't you leave me alone? Why are you coming into my room while I'm getting dressed? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Why can't you help with this? Why can't you help with that? Why aren't you buying this? Why do I have to buy my own pads? And everything. I'd always, oh, mate. And he'd still think that I was his little princess. Even to the point where when I was already driving, we'd catch up for dinner. It'd always end up in an argument because he said something sexist.
Oh, I remember that. Oh my
He'd
God.
say something sexist, or
I remember.
or he'd say he'd do something inappropriate, or he'd cross one of my boundaries, or he would be a fucking lying, or yeah, okay, I'm getting a bit too heated. But yeah, so that side was, in my perspective, a bit more cooked, because all the siblings would hide everything under the rug. And the mum was probably the worst at that. Like, I can't imagine what her life would have been like before those kids. Like, she would have just been absolutely battered and bruised, physically and verbally. And I just, like, what life is that? Like, I'm actually happy that she had some part of her life where she was alone in that house. I feel bad for her now because she's not alone. She doesn't have that privacy and that peace, only when he goes to work now. But I reckon the poor bastard works from home in the same office that old mate had. Anyway, I really feel bad for her in some perspective, because she's never known peace in her life. But there comes to a point where, again, no boundaries for herself, no self-respect for yourself. Why are you marrying a pig? Why are you allowing your kids to treat you like a and why you want this life for yourself? She doesn't know any better. She's never known any better. And I'm just like, how are you not in a mental ward? My brain can go in so many different loops around that side. I just can't. So, yeah,
I will actually say on that point, I think one thing that your generation does really well, and I think this is something that we will unpack in a podcast, what physical and verbal abuse looks like. And I think
there needs to be a massive trigger warning on that one.
I think that one thing that we do really well nowadays is we support other women. We help other women get out of these situations, and
Acknowledge
women get help financially, because that was one of the biggest things. Is when it happened to me, he took control of all the finances. So it was pretty much, if I left, I had to leave with $0.
Yeah,
right? It wasn't leave and we'll do everything normal and amicable and off you go.
Everything will be civil. No.
I don't know if I ever told you that he took me to told me we were going to marriage counselling, but he didn't tell me he was actually getting me psychoanalysis.
Yeah, you told me that.
Yeah. So there's a lot more support for women these days, and I absolutely love that. Like, I'm all for awareness around domestic violence, awareness around, women support that.
Sexual abuse,
Yeah.
sexual abuse, everything really. And this question has opened up a real can of worms. I love it, but it's definitely, it. I feel like the heart of me is like she would have had nowhere to go, and that's what makes me feel sad. But then again, you had 3 kids and you were left with nothing. So it comes down to self-respect and how much you value yourself to get out of that situation. It's hard, and I probably sound like such a brat saying this because it's so hard when you're in that situation, and I can't speak on it because that's not my life.
Do you know what's really the sad part?
But I hate seeing her there every single family dinner, just taking it. How do you go to bed at night? How do you wake up with a smile on your face, man? I just can't. It used to break my heart. It used to break my heart.
Do you know the bad thing about all of that is that she was adopted as well. So I just feel like
she's never known happiness.
I just feel like, it would have been very tough.
She had a fucking hard life, man. She still has a really hard life.
Yeah, she does.
And I just think like there's only so much you can.
So, okay, we're doing this podcast.
You put a mirror up to her.
So what would you say? So, guys, this is good. This is really good. And I hope whoever's got through to this step of the podcast, this is really good. What advice would you give to me as your mum if you'd know, like, obviously I left? What would you advice to give to me now if you knew I was married and I was being physically abused? What do you think children would be thinking or wanting to tell their parents or their mother?
Okay, so I'm an adult and I've just found out that
you're an adult child.
That our dad has been bashing you this whole time.
Yeah.
And you're still married?
Yeah.
I'd obviously make sure that you're like in a safe environment to talk. I wouldn't be saying it I wouldn't be talking to you if he was at home or whatever, or coming home. But I definitely would be saying we need to go to the police. We need to start therapy sessions, and this is going to end. No one should be putting up with that. I'd obviously be a lot more emotional, but I'd try and stay put together, and I'd just say, are you okay?
And what advice would you give to someone who's witnessing that with their mum?
I'd say the exact same thing. First and foremost, I'd give them the biggest hug. I'd say, are they okay? I'd say, what can I do for you right in this second to make you feel supported? Like, everyone feels supported in different ways. So straight away, I'd be saying, what's your way of, what can I do for you right now that would help you feel supported, make you feel supported? And then if they wanted my advice then and there, I'd do the same thing with you. I'd say, we're going to the police. I'd make sure that they knew that they would be supported mentally, financially,
what
physically.
If they didn't think they were safe?
I would be researching it a lot, and I'd be finding an escape plan for them. I'd say, I'm going to sort this out for you. I know this now, and it's not going to go like this is not the end. Like he or she, because men's physical violence is very, very, very big, and this isn't just about women. If it was a male, if it was a female, I would say, I'm here for you every step of the way.
Yeah.
And this is going to be dealt with. If they need an escape plan, if they don't want to tell their fit, I'd say, who do you not want to know? I'd have so many questions for them. It'd probably be so overstimulating, but I would want to be the detective, the support system, the support network, the fixer, the game plan. Like, we're putting an end to this today, and you're going to be.
Because I know some women, I always said that I left for you kids. I didn't stay for you kids. And I know that now that you guys are adults, you can understand why I did what I did. But I know for a lot of women, I harbored a lot of guilt because I left. I found guilt because I broke the family home up, where sometimes you're just like, well, I'll just stay because keep the family unit together. But I know, but that's what I'm saying. That's from a viewpoint.
May I add something to that?
Mm.
If we've already seen physical abuse, we don't want you to stay. We don't need to see that. We don't want the anxiety, the stress. There's so much people that they stay and they're on fight or flight all the time because they're on tippy toes around their dad, or they're on tippy toes around their mum because they're an alcoholic or a drug user, or they genuinely have bipolar or mental health issues, and they have to tippy toe around the house, and they're keeping the family together. But who's feeling safe? That house doesn't become a safe space.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there because I know.
I
struggled with that.
All these. Do you know what vision went to my head? I remember, like, I don't know why it went to that, but just like we were all in the garage, and I don't know if we were in the J-Lo or whatever car it was, but we're in the car, and he's putting this pole in front of the car to make the car not move, and so you can't leave. Do you remember that?
Okay.
I don't know if I'm explaining it right, but I just remember lots of screaming, you can't leave, we're in the car, you're saying, let's go kids, and him like saying, no, you're not going anywhere, or you did something to his dry cleaning or something, you put it on the trolley or something. I could have this completely mixed up, but there was just like, that's where, I don't know, just then and there it went to that, like you being in the car and he put this like big pole where the tires were and you couldn't move the car, and you're like, let me leave. I don't know, the brain takes you and mixes multiple things up.
When was this?
Ridgecrop Drive.
Oh, is that when he closed the gate on my car?
I don't know if it was the gate. I felt like we were still in the driveway.
I don't know if any of you were with me.
I felt like we were still in the driveway, in the actual garage.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, and then it goes to the scene of like his dry cleaning in the tree at the end of the street, like on the pathway.
I don't remember that.
Anyway,
there's a lot of incidences at that house.
If you stay, you're damned. If you leave, you're damned. So pick what you want. It's gonna be shit regardless. But having that support network, I'm just glad that you had support. Because there's people that literally have no friends or family.
Do you know what support? Who actually gave me support? Actually, wasn't family.
No, I know. You see in these moments who's really there for you.
Yeah, you know who it was. The job that I went to. Yeah. Yeah, they were amazing. It's funny because when I started the job, I didn't even tell them what I was going through. It wasn't until Christmas time when I literally had no money, like $0. I'm like, how on earth am I going to get through Christmas and feed you kids? Like, that's how bad it was, because I wasn't getting child support. I wasn't getting any support from anywhere. My pay was going through from, like, it was on my rent and my rent and my car, and I still had to pay for stuff because obviously when I left I still had stuff that I had to pay for, and I'm like, I literally had not 1 cent.
Plus like paying for a removalist. And
I had to do all of that before, but I was
like
come to Christmas, like I had zero. I was like, and then when I went to my boss, I was like, oh, you know, I did really well with my commission. Can I get my commissions paid early? And he's like, yeah, sure. Is everything okay? And like, this was like 4 months in. I just broke down and cried, and I went, actually, no.
And you know what? No, I've been putting this tough face on this whole time, and I want my kids to have a nice Christmas. Is that all I can ask for?
No, I didn't speak like that. No, it wasn't even that. It wasn't even the fact that I wanted a nice Christmas. It was the fact that I needed food to eat. I needed to feed you guys and get through the next 2 weeks on holidays. So I just said to
School holidays.
yeah. So I just said to him, I told him what had happened and that my ex was trying to delay the settlement of the house so I couldn't get any money again. And I just said to him that if I could have my commission paid, and he just said, what would you need to get out of the red? And I said, anything at this stage is going to help, anything. And then he said, he called the lady from downstairs. I won't mention any names. Called the lady from downstairs and said, get the checkbook. He wrote me a $5,000 check. Now I'm going back a long time ago, right?
$5,000 would have been so
It was a
much.
lot of money. And he said,
Especially just from your boss.
it was a new boss.
Yeah.
And he said, I don't even know how you've been working and making commission anyway and being able to function as a normal adult at work. He said, because I would never have been able to pick it. Gave me $5,000, he said, and give it back to me when you settle. He said, that's not even your commission. He said, we'll pay you your commission. We'll give you your $5,000. He said, and when your house settles and you get your money, he said, you just pay it off then. And he goes, if you do what you want to do.
Is he still the owner there or the boss there?
Yeah, he's still the owner there. Yeah.
We should I'd so love to just sit down with him and be like,
yeah.
this is who you helped feed that night.
Yeah, I know, right? I know.
What a fucking legend.
Yeah, there are some really kind people. And
then there's bosses that are just like, and.
He was so nice. It's so lovely. They,
he was your support network during that moment. Like he's the only one that helped you during that time. Wow.
Yeah. Well, my mum went to the entrance. So my mum went to the entrance and
us 3 kids are like still.
Yeah, you're little.
Can I just say?
You were 9, 7 and 5.
So during this time, it's so funny you having this struggle because in my mind, Dad's not paying child support and being the most stingiest. He's the one that we always were like, we want more food, we want more this, we want more that, we need proper clothes for school, we need proper shoes, like for his wardrobe that we had at his. We go to yours and your house is always the fucking favorited side of the week. So when it was Mum's week, we knew we were going to get the best school snacks. We knew we were having proper sized fitting uniforms. We knew we had proper socks that didn't have holes in them or proper shoes that weren't going to make our feet sore. We had proper hair. We were well looked after. But yet you're the one that was it's just like.
But I never brought that on to you either.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, he was the one being like greedy, not greedy, but more stingy. He was more stingy with his money.
But he spoke about money where I never. So when you come to my house.
Yes, that's another conversation. But where I'm coming from is.
He had the money and you didn't have it.
And we were the ones. I had to, as soon as I started getting my own wage, I had to pay for my own sanitary items.
Anyway, so thanks, Lily.
Thanks, Mum.
Signing off. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Thanks for listening to Real, Raw and Related. If you enjoyed today's podcast, don't forget to follow, leave a review, or share it with someone who you think would love it. Until next time, stay real, stay raw, and stay related.